This is question 5 in your homework for week 3, and the question is, if this is the output after this transform matrix acted on a target, what was the original target matrix? So in other words, this is acting on some other matrix, and this is the output of that. So what was the original matrix? Remember, we're dealing with a 2 by 2 here, and over here this is a 2 by 8 output. So if we refer over to this sheet on row columns, we see we have the action matrix is 2 by 2 in size, and the target would have to be 2 by 8, and the reason is our output matrix is a 2 by 8. A 2 by 2 matrix was acting on that target to give us this output. So we have this output here, and here's the action matrix. So we know right away our target has to also be a 2 by 8. To have any matrix multiplication defined, the columns of the action matrix have to be the same as the rows of the target. So since they're the same, it's going to work. A 2 by 2 multiplying a 2 by 8 is going to generate another 2 by 8 matrix. We have this and we have this when we're trying to find this. Okay, so let's go back to the other sheet. We have this is our target, or excuse me, our action matrix. This is our output, and we need to find what the original target was. Through the methods of inverting matrices, if we can invert this matrix, if we can invert the action matrix and multiply it by the target, it will give us our output, and then we'll be done. It's that simple. But remember, our output is a 2 by 8 that we have, so that means our target has to be a 2 by 8. To do matrix multiplication in Excel, we have to define a space for our target matrix to go. So we know our target already in size is 2 by 8. So we highlight an area that's 2 rows and 8 columns, just like that. So we know our target is going to go in there. Okay. Before we do that, we have to invert our action matrix, and since our action matrix is 2 by 2, we know the inverse has to also be 2 by 2. So what we're going to do is highlight this 2 by 2 area, and then to invert this matrix, we type in these commands. It's equal to MINVERSE, that's M inverse. We're going to open up the parentheses, and you see here it says array, so we're going to highlight those 4 numbers in the array. That's what we're trying to invert, and we close parentheses. And then this is a very important step. We don't just hit enter, we hit Control Shift Enter, and that in the gray shaded box here is the inverse of this matrix up here. Okay, so what we're going to do in our next step is take this inverted matrix, multiply it by our output, and that will give us the original target matrix that we started off with. And we can see back from this last page that target would also have to be 2 by 8, the same size as the output, because the columns of the action matrix are 2 and there's 2 rows in the target matrix. These have to be the same number. Okay, so our target also has to be exactly the same size here as our output. So the way we do it is we create a 2 by 8 space here to begin with. That's where it's going to go, and then we say the numbers that go in that gray shaded box we just met are the product of this inverse matrix times this output, and that's going to give us what the target matrix is. So we say that's equal, and to carry out a multiplication in Excel between two matrices, it's M U L T, M multiply, and you open parentheses and you define which arrays you're going to multiply. So the first one is this 2 by 2 array, then we're going to put a comma, and we're going to multiply it by that 2 by 8 array and close parentheses. And again, when we're done, it's important we don't just hit enter, we have to hit Control Shift Enter. Okay, we do that, it carries out the multiplication. And so in here, I'll just kind of make a little highlight edit here. This 2 by 8 matrix is the target matrix that we were looking for. This was the original matrix that was unencoded. When we took the original action matrix and worked on this target, we got this output above it. So this is the original target matrix, the original message, as you will. Each one of these numbers corresponds to the number position of the letter in the alphabet. So I'll leave that to you for an exercise to determine what the message is, but the numbers here correspond to the numbers in the alphabet, where 0 is considered a blank, and the number 1 would be A, number 3 would be C, and so on. And that's it.